What up, WeHo? Did you know January is Art Appreciation Month? My favorites range from Michelangelo to Mapplethorpe. And while I respect Georgia O'Keeffe, for some reason those flowers confuse and intimidate me. Welcome to WeHoTV News! What up, 2019? I'm Mike Siriaco and I'm bringing you everything you need to know about WeHo, courtesy of the city of West Hollywood. If you spent the holidays trying to tolerate terrible tirades from your Trump-loving relatives, you may have missed out on some important news. Don't sweat it, because we're going to catch you up to speed with the WeHo Wind-Up. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Trans Awareness Month celebrated the lives of over 1 million transgender Americans. Meanwhile, nobody wants to celebrate Giuliani. WeHo Reads cruised down memory lane with Tales from the Strip, a century in the fast lane. Tumblr tumbled into prudishness, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate offered the most fiery footage this side of Paris. Cool down, mes amis, before you burn through these news briefs. During the month of December, the city of West Hollywood and the West Hollywood Sheriff's Station once again partnered up for the 28th annual West Hollywood Toy and Food Drive, which has helped provide more than 7,000 families with food and gifts. While they will be accepting unwrapped toys, let's be clear, that does not include your boy toy. We don't care that you no longer want him because he turned 30. We don't want him either. On December 4th, the city of West Hollywood launched the Sunset Experience, which aims to make Sunset Boulevard more pedestrian-friendly and engaging for the community. Think of it as our version of Times Square, but without all the aggressive Muppet arrests. Oh, Elmo, Mr. Hooper must be rolling in his grave. The Advocacy Training Project hosted a social media for advocacy workshop on December 9th, which informed attendees on how to use social media tools such as Twitter and Facebook to promote important causes. And speaking of social media, hey Tumblr, you're dead to me. Oh, you know what you did. On December 12th, members of West Hollywood City Council and Public Safety Commission, the Los Angeles Sheriff's and LA County Fire Departments, and block-by-block security ambassadors visited local establishments to hand out Don't Drink and Drive educational materials on the dangers of driving under the influence. You hear that, Santa? Now I know why your cheeks are like roses and your nose like a cherry. Puppet Theater on Wheels presented English and Russian performances of The New Adventures of Goldilocks and The Three Bears on December 16th. If you missed these shows but still want to see a bunch of bears, might I suggest Fault Line. Oh, that beer buzz looks sweaty, so I better shimmy out of these news briefs. With 2019 upon us, it's time to celebrate my favorite New Year's tradition. I mean, besides sloppy midnight makeout sessions with questionable strangers. I'm talking about resolutions. In honor of the new year, we've put together a list of goals to help you be a better person and a better community member, both here in West Hollywood or wherever you call home. So in 2019, resolve to involve. Number 1, exercise. According to the Mayo Clinic, exercise provides a myriad benefits from weight control and preventing detrimental health conditions to deeper sleep and increased sex drive. But if you don't want to wait in line for 30 minutes to use a busted up treadmill, check out your local recreational offerings for group athletic activities. The City of West Hollywood's Recreation Services Division offers dozens of sports options from water polo and wrestling to frisbee and kickball. Plus, these groups provide a social component, so if you end up dating one of your teammates, at least you know they're keeping it tight. Number 2, call your congresspeople. 2019 may not be a presidential election year, but that doesn't mean you can slack off politically. The City of West Hollywood embraces progressive values from environmentalism to LGBTQ and immigrant rights. Unfortunately, leadership in our federal government is using its executive powers to convert wildlife sanctuaries into oil fields and lock up refugee children in cages. So it's up to all of us to call our elected representatives and voice our opinions so they know which issues you want them to focus on most. If that seems too intimidating, there are apps you can download that provide contact information for your reps and details about issues. It'll almost make up for all those apps that messed up our democracy. Almost. Number 3, support the arts. Arts and culture not only hold up a mirror to our lives, but they also have an impact on our economy, education, and overall well-being. Many communities offer various visual and performance arts offerings, from art galleries to local theaters. But West Hollywood takes it to the next level. The City of West Hollywood is currently implementing WeHoArts, the plan, which incorporates several principles and recommendations for the arts in West Hollywood. The framework in the plan will help the city to organize development and sustain its arts and culture programs in the years to come. We list all of our events on the city's website, so check it all out and come join us throughout the year as a patron of the arts, especially the next time I produce a one-man show. Just kidding, I'm not that sadistic. Or am I? Number 4, read every day. According to the Pew Research Center, in 2015, nearly a quarter of adults have not read a single book in the past year, which is absurd because literacy provides one with a litany of benefits, from improved intelligence to higher brain development and empathy. The City of West Hollywood offers several options for our local literati, such as WeHo Reads, a series of events that features readings from notable authors such as Andre Aciman and Carrie Brownstein, as well as our female author-focused Women in Books series. And if you need some reading suggestions, our last legitimate president, Barack Obama, released an annual list of the books he read over the past year. Because our world leaders should spend more time reading and less time tweeting. You know who I'm talking to. Number 5, know your status. West Hollywood is a sex-positive city, so we encourage everyone to be responsible. As part of our HIV Zero initiative, which aims to reduce HIV transmission to zero, the City of West Hollywood advocates regular testing, safe sex practices, and the use of preventative medications such as PrEP. It's important to know your status, especially if that questionable New Year's hookup turns into something serious. Another way you can resolve to be a more involved community member is to support local businesses. For more on this, we go now to Asher Rodriguez.
Here in West Hollywood, we kicked off the holiday shopping season by showing love to our locally owned businesses by celebrating the 9th annual Small Business Saturday. I'm Asher Rodriguez, and this is WeHoTV News. Promoted by the West Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, Small Business Saturday was created in 2010 by American Express to celebrate and connect the community to local businesses. Throughout West Hollywood, small businesses were sprinkled with star power.
American Express, when they launched Small Business Saturday, and when you have the West Hollywood Chamber, you have the West Hollywood City, you see a common goal. It's let's support the mom and pop shops. Let's support the establishments that really want to put their roots into a community and become a part of that community. It's friendly and it's welcoming.
A portion of the proceeds from this year's Small Business Saturday event was donated to the West Hollywood Homeless Initiative, which seeks to end homelessness with a multi-agency, multidisciplinary, collaborative approach.
And also today a portion of the proceeds goes back to the homeless.
And these proceeds are really going to benefit that today.
Don't forget, shopping small isn't just limited to Small Business Saturday. There's no reason you can't shop small throughout the year. For a complete directory of WeHo businesses, visit WeHoChamber.com. Reporting from the heart of West Hollywood, I'm Asher Rodriguez for WeHoTV News.
Thanks, Asher. And while you're out shopping, you may want to consider picking up an extra gift for a child in need. For more on this, we hit up the 28th annual Holiday Toy Drive. Gift giving is arguably the most quintessential holiday tradition. Unfortunately, not everyone can afford to give their families the presents they want, no matter how naughty or nice they behave. That's why the City of West Hollywood and the West Hollywood Sheriff's Station have once again teamed up for the 28th annual West Hollywood Toy and Food Drive. Since its inception nearly 3 decades ago, and through hundreds of very generous donations, the program has been able to provide food, clothing, and gifts for more than 7,000 local families. So we hit up Plummer Park and met up with WeHo's Bonnie Smith to discuss this seasonal gift-giving program.
This is how we run the program. So I send out actual letters to the businesses. I say, would you like to sponsor 3 families? That'll cost you $175. If you give me that check, I promise to provide 2 toys to every child.
Okay.
I promise to provide a $50 minimum food coupon. And then if it's a special family, which most of these are, that's where most of the clothing comes into that.
The program has evolved over the years, initially through trial and error.
I've been with the city 29 years. So my first year that I worked here, I worked with this tennis pro named Michael Carrier, and his idea was he was going to collect teddy bears and he was going to take them downtown to Skid Row. So he filled a stake bed and he drove down, and the truck and the teddy bears were stolen. So by year 3, what I started doing was soliciting businesses in the city of West Hollywood to write us a check that I would then start doing this.
Bonnie owes much of the toy drive's effectiveness to some of West Hollywood's younger community members.
I have 15 volunteers coming in tonight. They're going to be wrapping gifts for them, putting them in the bags, and sending those out. What's great about this is the kids that are coming to do this one, they've gone through a little bit of hardship themselves, so they totally understand this program, who really get the gist of that toy that they're picking out, maybe the only toy that these kids are getting.
To Bonnie, the success of this program reflects West Hollywood's strong sense of generosity, a virtue she clearly takes to heart.
If you look around it, the values are the giving. I mean, the giving, okay, I need a second. Want to talk a second, Des?
But it's the generosity and actually the love the community brings forward. They really want to make sure that the people that need it, that we're serving them, they're actually getting everything that they need to make their Christmas spirit a little bit brighter.
West Hollywood's generosity isn't just confined to the holiday season. The city continues to contribute to its less fortunate community members throughout the year.
At the beginning of the school year, we've been giving out backpacks with school supplies, and then at Thanksgiving, we had some food coupons, so we were able to help 15 hotel families celebrate Thanksgiving this year.
Great.
I've literally spent into January just giving away food coupons to make, there's always someone that can use a food coupon.
Fortunately, in West Hollywood, there's always someone willing to give as well. And while gift giving is a major holiday tradition, so is rocking out some holiday parties. While we want you to have fun, we also want you to be safe. So for more on this, we go now to Nick Catelli.
The Drink Coaster, an invention that was designed to protect and serve, just like RoboCop. I'm Nick Catelli for WeHoTV News, and tonight we're going to be spreading the word in the community about the dangers of drinking and driving. Every year, the City of West Hollywood sheriff, deputies, LA County Fire, city council members, and public safety staff visit local bars and restaurants to hand out educational materials in the form of drink coasters. It's a good night, having a great night, huh? I'm into my 4th bubblegum vodka here. Feeling a little tipsy. Don't know if I'm gonna drive behind the wheel. I didn't even see this here. What is this conveniently placed coaster that's not just protecting the table and cup, but is going to be protecting my life? I can take the City Line, pickup, cab companies, Lyft and Uber. I just got my life saved. Thank you, City of West Hollywood. All right, I'm here with Johnny. I would say famous bartender?
Sure.
Okay, so you kind of like Tom Cruise in the movie Cocktails? I like it. So as you know, we're handing out the Don't Drink and Drive coasters tonight. So what are your first impressions overall just looking at the coaster?
No, I think it's a great idea, and it just reminds people when they're having a drink, don't drink and drive.
Yeah. It's kind of that simple thing where like, what do I do at the end of the night? And you just have to be like,
gotta look down.
Look down. And they're like, what? Give me a little bit of a little...
A little flip.
Okay.
Bam.
Okay, I like that. And then do you have to be cool about it or more like customer
You
friendly?
always have to be cool about it.
Okay. All right.
Close.
So remember, guys, at the end of a long night when you're not sure what to do, it's simple. Just look under your drink. I'm Nick Catelli for WeHoTV News, reminding you to be safe out there because we need you. and this is just water.
Thanks, Nick. And while you're out driving sober, be sure to cruise down the world-famous Sunset Strip. This month, our very own Eddie Robinson explores its most fascinating tales. Over to you, Eddie.
The evolution of the Sunset Strip has long been captured on film, and its fascinating history continues to be discovered in print. I'm Eddie Robinson, and this is WeHoTV News. The city of West Hollywood's council chambers was filled with stories of the fabled Sunset Strip as the City of West Hollywood's Arts Division presented Tales from the Strip, A Century in the Fast Lane.
I see it as a visual coffee table book about the history of the Sunset Strip, and they're all fascinating stories.
This WeHo Reads event with authors of the book highlighted the Sunset Strip from its early days to what we know today. What's it like on the Strip being surrounded daily by such a recognizable history and imagery?
Living there was like, it was like having this sort of Las Vegas at your back door. You'd walk out the street and there'd be thousands of people. In those days, Tower Records was open all night. So it was just kind of a crazy place and a fun place to grow up as a teenager. People will be surprised to learn that the ghosts of all the past generations are just as interesting or more interesting than the people who are hanging out there now.
I think the best story is the story of where it goes from now. And no one has written that story because it's so hard to tell what the true nature and character of the Strip is going to be as it goes through a dramatic transformation.
More information on events sponsored by the City of West Hollywood, such as WeHo Reads, can be found by visiting weho.org. I'm Eddie Robinson for WeHoTV News. Mike, back to you.
Before we go, we'd like to remind you that ringing in the new year doesn't have to involve intoxicated debauchery. Our sober WeHoans may want to hit up Boom, an alcohol and drug-free New Year's Eve event. For more info, go to the link below. We'll be back next month with more news, noise, and nonsense. Until then, keep it cute, WeHo.